Hey everybody, it is November 30th, 2009. I am Sonic Sons. I'm here to do a video about Karol Gajda. I believe it's how you pronounce it. Karolgajda. And his website, ridiculouslyextraordinary.com. Which is a catchy name, I suppose. Even though it's kind of long, though. I probably should refer to it as RE or something, because he's saying ridiculously extraordinary takes up a significant chunk of my time. Anyway. This is a blog all about travel and accompanying freedom. Particularly ridiculously extraordinary freedom, hence the name. And I must say, I'm rather interested in that topic. I've actually discovered a whole field of blogs. Is that a phrase? A field of blogs? Would they be blogs in like a grassy field somewhere? Anyway, that are all devoted to personal freedom, to, maybe getting out of the rat race, 9-to-5 job things, maybe working freelance of some sort, doing things on the internet, traveling or having the ability to travel, having relatively few possessions, you don't need to worry about them. And I really love all that notion. So this whole thing for me started from Zen Habits, which is also a good blog. I look at it sometimes. I have one problem with Zen Habits, it sort of tells me things that I know, even if I don't necessarily follow those notions. Like the Zen Habits post will be like, the number one thing you need to know for following your dream. You click on it, and it's like, follow your dream. And you're like, well, thanks, Zen Habits. I sort of knew that. I mean, I guess it's good to be reminded. I don't know. Everyone has their own opinions, and I can't say I've looked through even half the archive of Zen Habits. In any case, I happened to browse by that site a week or two ago, several days at least. And I found the Beginner's Guide to Minimalist Travel, which is a guest post by Mr. Karol Gajda of ridiculouslyextraordinary.com. And he's sort of talking about just, carry less stuff with you. And give some practical advice. So that's not just vagueness things. For instance, Dr. Bronner's Organic Fair Trade Liquid Soap, which I now own. Which I use just for basically everything. It's just like this soap. You're like, you can wash your hair, and you can wash things, you can brush your teeth, and it's organic and fair trade, and made in a recycled bottle, and there's only one thing. You don't need like 16 different types of soap. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I've always wanted to cut down on what I need to use stuff. These material possessions. You have to store them places. You have to pay for their upkeep. If you have a storage, there's like heating, maybe there's rent costs, or I don't have to worry about too much. I'm a college student, but still, the principle of the thing, I always have this feeling, maybe I can just live with less stuff, particularly with computers. We have computers now. I do all my stuff on computers. Basically that computer, glasses, pair of clothes. I don't need a whole lot of clothes here. I don't even need like half the clothes that I own, even. And so, I looked at this and I said, wow, this is great. Even though I'm not, at the moment, really huge on traveling. What I'm huge on is just being free. And freedom may involve travel and going to a variety of countries and so forth. But even if it's just with the idea of a minimalist, the idea of having less stuff, even if I stay in one country, whether it be this one or, Japan, where I'll be going a little while and potentially staying there, I don't even know. I love the notion of freedom as it comes from getting rid of all these random hassles you have to deal with. So there was that guest post, The Beginner's Guide to Minimalist Travel, which led me onto his main site. And for other things, involving travel here, there's the ultimate packing list. He's like a 100-day trip here that he's got like a backpack and one other bag. That's all the stuff he brings with him. I'm like, that is so cool. Even if I wasn't hopping around to multiple countries or whatever, I think it'd be great just to live like, I have all my possessions in a backpack and like one other bag. And then I can go couch surfing. And speaking of couch surfing, which if you know what that concept is, that's someone, there's a particular website for this, couchsurfing whatever it is. Someone signs up and says, hey, I'm going to be traveling to a particular place. Is there any random stranger who would allow me to stay at their house? And there's a random stranger at a particular place that says, hey, I would like to meet new people. Is there any random stranger who would like to stay at my house? And people stay at each other's houses for free. And you meet people. It's called couch surfing. And I love that. There's like there's meeting people, but there's also like the freedom of you stay like kind of wherever, and there's, it doesn't cost much for hardly anyone involved. It's very efficient. I love that. And so he has the Ridiculously Extraordinary Black Book number 001. So I presume you plan to make a lot of these, Mr. Gajda. I keep wanting to say Gajda or something. And that's his black book is just like a little ebook, basically, whatever, for free. Everything here is for free. There's a whole shtick on steal this blog, sort of copyright 2009. Everyone is allowed to take his content for free. And like, oh, I love that feeling. This is why everything I do is Creative Commons. Just like, whatever, you know, it's the internet. We should share at least a little more than we currently do. There are no ads on this site, no paid advertisements. So that's really cool. I like the purity of that. And yeah, there's other things. Here's 15 minutes, clean clothes anywhere in the world. Basically, you grab some clothes, you put them in this one kind of plastic bag with some of that Dr. Bronner's soap, and you just mush it for a while, and that works. And I'm so glad having, you know, there's someone who has done these things for a while, so I know that it works, because I'd be a little hesitant to try and clean my clothes by myself that way and see if that, like, I don't know, I'm going to screw up my clothes somehow. But it's great to have these trailblazers, you know. And then, you know, via this website, I've been introduced to a whole host of other sites here. There's The Art of Nonconformity, Business Backpacker, Location Independent, The Nerdy Nomad, No Madness, Thrilling Heroics, Wage Slave Rebel, that I've either found from his blog roll or from, you know, 2 Steps Away, whatever thing. But wow, Karol, you introduced me to this whole thing. This is really cool. There's all these sorts of websites that have all these sorts of ideas, that have all these... That's really cool. And Mr. Gajda, I do note that on your About page it says, my goal and life and with this project is to help 100 people achieve ridiculously extraordinary freedom. Well, Mr. Karol Gajda, I'd like to sign up. I would like ridiculously extraordinary freedom, and if you and all these other people and whatever else in the world can help me, that'd be awesome. That'd be really freaking cool. Freedom is so cool. And anyone who's followed my YouTube channel, at least, well, I made a whole lot of videos, but some of them at least have been about me, and frickin' I wish I had more freedom, because freedom is so cool. And I'll be going to Japan for next semester. And after that, I graduate. And then after that, maybe, I've set it up so I can live out of, like, a freaking backpack. And I'm, like, ridiculously couch surfing. Like, just successively. So I hardly even need to have a place to live. I don't know. Stay at a freaking cube motel in the meantime. Or a youth hostel, or whatever. Have almost no expenses, and make by whatever money I need by, I don't know, having a blog. I'm actually, thanks to this and all these other blogs, I'm thinking of having a blog now. I have one called Sonic Sun's Neglected Blog, which is very neglected, and I basically want to relaunch in something that actually has stuff on it. That might be useful. And I have another thing, I'm writing a novel, which is a blog thing by itself, which I think I'll probably consolidate all this under my sonicsuns.net website, which at the moment is pretty crappy of a website, but I'm looking into making that better and all these things, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty inspired, And I'm wondering about this ridiculously extraordinary freedom thing. If like in a year or something, I've got, like very low expenses, and I'm making some money. Like maybe I've got like a blog and people like donate money once in a while. There was that one guy who sent me $15 that one time for my Batman video. You are very cool. And stuff. So, Mr. Gajda, yes, again, I'm signing up to be one of the 100. I don't know what signing up entails, but I'm just saying, it's a very cool blog you got. I love the concept. Thanks for watching. See you later.